Hello people, Boomerang Freak here. Today there's going to be another part of a noob's first PC build, and it's going to be the last for now. There may be some other parts coming, but really not in the near future. So what we are going to do, today I'm going to also have a talk what happened to the other parts, because this will be part 3, but that's for later in the video, and I would want to start this video with a little cable management trick you can do. So if you have yourself a fan that comes with this kind of cable, that with your regular 3-pin, and also connected are these Molex pass-through, as you can see. If you don't use Molex pass-through, you can get rid of it like I did with this and all my other fans. Pass-through can be handy if you decide to maybe daisy chain all your fans directly to 12 volt. You can do it, but I'm not using it because I decided to plug my fans directly into the motherboard with a 3-pin. So I'm going to get rid of it and show you how to do it properly. So what you need to do is just basically the plug right here, cut off the wires, now about centimeter of somewhere between 1 to 2 centimeter, so you have some room left to work with. So you're also going to need to, this is a bit short but doesn't care, so in the end we are going to end up with this, so right here. And what you need to do is cut off a little more of one of the wires, so you end up with this. The wires are of different lengths, so what you're going to need to do right then is place a piece of heat shrink tubing on top. If you don't have heat shrink tubing, you can use tape. I prefer heat shrink since I have it, so this will shield wires from contact because there will be a voltage over these, and we don't want those wires in our case. So what you're going to do right now, I'm going to use this burner to smelt the heat, to shrink it. So of course a regular lighter will also work. So after this, quickly just kind of pull on it, and what this will do is this will kind of melt the ends together, so you have more of a gap above on the wires. And that didn't work out properly since I apparently still have cut my wire. And of course when I do something on camera it fails. So luckily I have this other small piece of heat shrink that I can place on top right here. Gonna do it again, this time good. Again, just melt it on, and pull these together so these melt together. And right now, just if you think it's a bit too long, just cut it off. So this is how you can safely get rid of the Molex pass-through if you don't need it. So another thing I have done right here, I will zoom out a bit, is I have extended the wire of this fan because the wire itself was too short to go to the top of my case and to the CPU fan header, another optional CPU fan header, so just wired it a bit longer. How I did it was I just used one single piece of heat shrink. I kind of did it the same way as you saw me do it, and do it in stages, like about here a solder joint, here, and I think somewhere there are just 3 separate solder joints so they don't touch each other. And like this, and now it's long enough. So these are some of the things I have done. I actually thought of this because I wanted to do some dust cleaning, so just going to just clean my dust filter. So going to place this one back in my case with the shorter wires. I had the fans first. I had the fans hooked up to the built-in fan controllers in my case. So, but I decided that was a bit too much wire I needed to add at the bottom of my case. Since I did need to add a Molex cable to power the controllers, but I don't use any other Molex plugs, so it was kind of useless to do. And I decided to just rewire them directly onto my motherboard. And since I have an ASUS motherboard, I can use a fan control, so it's going to be nice. I just didn't really use it because my fans always were on full, were full open, so with the fan controller it will automatically adjust to the temperature. Very nice stuff. So, and what I'm going to do is have me the short cable needs to go, where was it? Right here, through this piece to this grommet, and this one right now can clearly go to the top with still some room left so I can rotate it the way I want it. So, oops. I'm going to give you guys a bit better view, and I hope I won't be all the time in the image. So I'm going to plug this one right in here. Can pull the cable through, and now this top one is going to be some fiddling. So first pull the wire through here, because I really don't have a lot of room up here, and this wire needs to go in just right here. And it's plugged in, so it wasn't too hard of a struggle. So now these cables are in. Don't know if you can see, but I have an Enermax T40 something cooler. I will place an annotation in the screen. The exact part I can't remember offhand, but this has a TB Vegas Duo fan, which actually has right here in the edge, outer edge of the fan, it has some LEDs. The LEDs have some nice features, and in the back here I have a button so I can cycle through the different modes. A very nice fan, and I really like it in there. Just gives some little bit of extra flair. As you can see, I have removed the top and front cover goes on it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to install my cards. These are against two more of fan headers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of see if I can plug these behind, right here behind my graphics card. The graphics card I'm using is an ASUS HD 7770 with the 2GB version, DirectC U2. Quite a nice card for price. I was first planning to get this card in an SLI a bit later on the road when I had a little bit more money, but I just, since AMD right now has released their new series, I'm planning actually to buy an R9 270 or 280X. I'm not yet sure. And then I'm going to sell this card. But it's actually quite funny because this card only is a few weeks old, so maybe if you are interested and you live in Belgium and you kind of want this card for a nice price, we could maybe work something out, otherwise it will just go on Capaza. So as you can see right now, this covers up these fans, how the fans wire. So very nice stuff. And what I also have right here is another Asus product, so this makes a total of 3 Asus products. And I really like them. This is my Wi-Fi adapter, the PCE AC66. Very nice adapter, which comes with, as you can see, free, right here, free 3 antennas and a very nice red heatsink. Very nice, very good working card, and I just put it right here in the bottom. Let me see if I can maybe pull some more of these wires through. Going to be quite some work. I need to get these nicely in here. This, in my opinion, the hardest part about building a PC really is cable management if you want it to look nice. So I do. The cable management I had at first was not good. I'll say it right away. I was barely able to fit on the side panel case. So since right now there are quite some cables less, quite some fewer cables and fewer plugs in the back, this should work much better. So right now I'm just going to tighten these bolts with my screwdriver, just to be sure these are in. And because I noticed these thumb screws provided with the Charcoon case aren't all that great, so yeah, actually are quite bad, since on the back I have these. These are some thumb screws I could buy from my local PC store, and these work just much better, and I use these on the back of my case. So right now these are in. The Wi-Fi adapter does not need any external power, but video card of course does need. So as a power supply I have me the Fatality power OCZ 750 watt Fatality power supply, which actually is overkill for this build, and I don't know how much the new AMD cards are going to need as far as power, but this was really considered to be SLI. Oh no, not SLI. SLI is for NVIDIA, but Crossfire, so it went with a beefy power supply. But since I'm not going to be using Crossfire anytime soon, so this might just be overkill, but go big or go home. But you never know, maybe I will eventually get 2 of those AMD cards. You never know. But I don't think so. Now the hard part about this is actually sometimes these grommets make the case look nicer. With just plain holes you get these, but at least in this case these are quite loose and easy to peel off, so just going to, yeah, we'll see about how you think this will be the best way. I think I'll keep it like this, so the fan wise I'll just help hook up. So this is some of the cable management I have done. The bad thing about this case is you don't have too much space to route your cables. About fingers worth of space. Not too much, because this cable really, fat cable that just fits in here. So good thing is these cables really can go about everywhere. So I'll route my cables when I'm done, because I still need to do these 2 cables. What I've done was actually at this cable right here to the hard drive I have right here. Right now I'm just going to use the flat one, not the angled one, so I'm not going to make that mistake again. Plug this in right here, and this will best go together through here. Really a good tip is, especially if you get yourself a case with not much room to route your cables, I do really advise you to get flat cables, because if you know how to route them, these really can save yourself a lot of trouble by if you want to put the side panel back on. So actually what happened, I haven't talked about it, but let's do right now, about the other parts, because I did film all the parts of me building it, so I step by step installing the CPU cooler and CPU cooler card actually I did right now, but just what actually happened was, the first time on this little hard drive I wanted actually to have Ubuntu, but I tried Ubuntu and it didn't really work out too well, because I had driver issues and I didn't really want to work around them, so I did just end up cleaning the hard drive, and then I kinda didn't have money to buy an OS, so I was kinda desperate, so just went to Microsoft to see maybe for any trial versions, and right there they had the Windows 8.1 preview, so I tried that, and actually Windows 8.1 I see it being quite a very nice OS, but actually the Windows 8.1 kinda crashed on me while I was editing the files, placing the right parts together, so not fun, but hey. That's the price you pay by using test software, I guess, so that's actually what happened to all the files, so yeah, not fun, but it is what it is. So what I'm going to do right now, I think everything is done, I'm pretty sure. By the way, these are the antennas, very nice antennas from ASUS. You can play them like this. Nice design, and actually they do mount, as you can see right there, the little triangle you see, little black triangle thing. It's actually an external base for the antenna. So it does come with an extension cables and the base, the Wi-Fi adapter I got, so very nice. So I think this is it. I'm pretty sure I didn't forget anything. Oh, by the way, just a little thing. These are Molex cables that come with my power supply. Also a very good tip, modular power supply. This 750 watt power supply only did cost me $100, so. But I was first kinda planning to use me Sharkoon power supplies. Sharkoon does sell quite cheap, still I think 80 plus bronze power supplies that are partial modular, so very good tip for not a lot of money. I do like Sharkoon because they do give nice and good nice products. I do have a Sharkoon case. So actually these are the adapters, and I actually only needed one plug and these were all tucked in here. Big mess. Don't need it anymore, so you can see up here what I've done is on the cage right here I have mounted the cables from the fan control, because I didn't want to cut them off or something, so just shove them right here. It was quite tricky getting the cable ties through this hole, but it worked out and it's going to save me a lot of space. So right now just going to see what I can do to kinda get the other wires and cables just tight up a bit. So I really hope I didn't screw anything up, but you never know. One big thing is if you do like I did, an extension of the fan cable, just be sure to test the fan before. You might have had yourself a little short circuit, and you want to know that beforehand, because it's better to maybe ruin yourself a separate power supply or something, or an adapter, than to destroy your motherboard. Because you have cheap motherboards, but you also have very expensive motherboards. The one I have, I think, is mid-range, with its price of, yeah, this, don't worry. So it's like by about 140 euros, so it's not too expensive, but still a very expensive motherboard. You have cheaper ones, but just didn't bother. I think this will be about it. I think, yes. Pretty sure, so I think I'll just leave it like this. Everything is back in it, everything is in place, so while reassembling the case and all, I'm just going to talk a bit of the future plans with this PC, some updates beside the new graphics card. So just going to take a picture because I'm planning to upload my build to some sites like PC Part Picker, and I'm going to do it on Facebook and share it with Kit Guru. So just going to take a picture. Should be able to do it like this. Should be alright. Never tried it, but hey, for everything should be a first time. So I'm just going to see how easy it is to mount my backplate. And right here I will most likely be in the view, but still not going all that easy, so just have a little look right here. I think everything is as flat as it can be, but really this cable, if I could do it, you can do it, but I just don't bother, just with a bit of force. But this cable actually is a bit too thick to really fit in this case, so this is a very bad, not really, but a bad point about this case. As you can see, it actually went on quite easy, so not too big of a problem. Much easier than before, so did a good job on that. As you can see, very nice. So I'm just gonna have you guys now look at the back end of stuff. So wait, this is not yet good. This little hook. I think these panels are kind of hard to put on, and you really could need a couple extra hands for these. Especially since mine most likely has been slightly bent, so let me just see if maybe doing something like this can help. Well, this is something I would want to see from the Sharkoon case. It's just could come with a little more space, but it's on right now, still not too big of trouble. Still not as much as it used to be, so very nice. So just going to look right here at the back. So not too special, but something I didn't tell about the power supply is it does come with the red LED fan, which maybe was the main reason I bought this specific power supply. Just maybe. Another look on the side of the PC. I'm actually going to take the camera, so just hold on for a second. So, and I'm back. So as you can see, just a bit of closer look on the inside of the case. Also something very nice, as you can see right here. It's a little rail, and this is a drive bay cage. Very nice removable base. You have the big grommets to reduce the vibrations of your big hard drive. What I have in here is just a little 2.5-inch hard drive. I didn't really have much of another choice because I was out of budget, so I just had to go a bit lower on this, but I am planning to the first next thing to buy as an upgrade is an SSD. It will also fit in here, and then I will still buy another bigger, faster hard drive, so 2.5-inch drive, but I just didn't have the money. So right here these other SATA power cables, so just a bit of closer look. Right here the RAM I use, I don't know if you can see it, but not really, but it's G-Skill Ares RAM. Basic, simple, low profile RAM. It is 1866 MHz speed, so it's quite fast. Very nice RAM. These are 2 sticks of 4 GB, giving me 8 GB, which is just good enough. Oh, it really is good enough for gaming and stuff. So a bit of closer look on the fan, and as you can see right here, these are the 2 LEDs. So every now and then you have a few of these LEDs still there and there, so giving you some nice light effects. The cable I have kind of mounted underneath here. This cable should be underneath here, so the fan can turn without problem. Also not a whole lot of room right here, but good enough. The rear fan. And yes, that's it. I guess nothing too special. I know the cable management might not be all too good, but hey, you got to do what you have to do to make things work. And actually this case, I really like the case, and for the price you get a lot of product, but it's just, I don't think I'll be buying this case again. But it just really have some nice features. So it's completely colored interior, some nice grommets. Oh, that's something I didn't talk about when I was going to talk about it. As you can see, there is a freaking lot of dust in my case, which I don't like. Just my room is all dusty. Well, I can't do much about it. If you have some nice tips to get a complete room dust free, shoot them. So something I didn't talk about right here is, wait. The case also comes with 2 more of these drive gauges, which come on 2 separate drives, so you can put them right on here. So just kind of hard to do with one hand, but we just slide on here. You have another one of those rails mounted above them, so standard they come all 3 right here. So you also have the pad right, little mounting pad right here, which you can slide a cage on, which, as you can see, might not be the best thing to do since you have the cables from the power supply. Wait. This might be just a little bit better. Something I have done right here is mounted also, because this is the USB free cable from the front of the PC. I have mounted it underneath here because it's also a fat cable that had a bit of trouble in the back, so you can see it's just very the basic Samsung optical drive, and that's about it, I think. This, so you can have quite a lot of this case does have a lot of options for just actually 80 euros. So I really enjoyed building this, and I even more enjoy gaming on this. So actually that's about it. So actually I also wanted to talk about things I wanted to change to this PC, which I have done pretty much already. So the missing SSD, upgrading the graphics card, because this isn't too bad, but don't expect to be playing any games, any much of the recent games on ultra resolution. So the only thing I right now can really give as a reference point, if you play Portal Side 2, this card can easily give you 30 to 40, around 40 frames a second for both 40 FPS on the max resolution. So it's nice. So really not bad, but not best. So I have talked about Wi-Fi adapter. So what else was I going to talk about? I don't really know, but let me just kind of move this cable a bit more out of the way. And I guess that's about it. So just going to come back and give you guys a view of it when it's on. So see you in a second, guys. And we're back. So just the case with everything back on it, power supply connected, and so of course it's not going to do anything. So actually this is the external antenna base I was talking about. Great thing is you can place your antennas in the way you get the best reception. As you can see, it does come with quite nice and long cable, extension cable. So this case does actually have some nice cooling options for the price. As you can, right underneath here you have enough place to place some few kinds of, right in stock in there is a 140mm fan, which I don't really like. I'm going to upgrade this, also going to upgrade it to a better one. I don't yet know which one, because at my place there isn't really a whole lot of choice. But at the other side there is a lot of choice, so still going to think about if I want LED in it or not. So you can see, but the whole top is an open mesh, very nice, helps in cooling. And besides having different options to place fans, you also can place it right underneath here. You can place a radiator. I don't know if you can see it, but you also have a cutout for the cable, or for the hose cables, tubes, however you want to call them. So very nice. The front I/O is also just basic. You know, these fan controls that I don't have hooked up with microphone, headphones, USB 3, USB 2. The front also, case itself is quite basic. Being 80 euros, you're not going to get something special. You're not going to expect much special features on it. So big front intake with the dust filter you saw, and the two red LED fans. 3.5 inch with a 2.5 inch cutout, so nice window. Really, that's about it. So let's just turn it on. You can see the fans in the front both work, and this still works. Maybe you should turn on my screen, which by the way I'm using just an old small television I'm having. The resolution is 1316 by 7680 or 760, something of those basics. So right now you can see the fan, really nice fan, and apparently I have been booted into my BIOS. So let me just have a look. Everything seems to be very nice. Just going to change the boot priority. As you can see, all 5 fans are running. I'm going to set those up a bit later. And for the rest, everything is still the same. With as you can see, I have a small overclock of 400 MHz because the processor I'm using is the FX8350 8-core, which normally runs on 4 GHz with the 4.2 GHz boost. You can see the 8 GB of DDR3 at 18660. So pretty much everything I need to know. But I should now need to boot from this drive, and this should also start in Windows. Actually, what I haven't told you, but what I have right now is Windows 7 Ultimate. That you might be thinking I didn't have money to buy an OS, so why do I have it? One tip: Death Loader works just amazingly. Hard thing about it right now is it's kind of hard to find a good ISO and to kind of use USB to load. So everything is working, so I'll be typing in my password. So but just you can see, just if you're going to cycle through the light modes, I have noticed the button sometimes doesn't work very well. Maybe somewhere a bad contact, but I don't really care. I don't change it all that often. But again, I have this propeller also because of the front is open. This you can see it right here, but the camera isn't maybe not picking it up too properly. But I do like this fan because it does light up my whole room. You can see it, basically all the modes are blue, red and both LEDs, so I have blinking. The fun thing right now is because of the delay of the camera and the screen and all, I can really see the delay. The camera is picking up and the fan, so and both LEDs blinking. And this is a fun mode where it will kind of cycle through some different things, also in the same pattern, blue, red and both LEDs. So as you can see, just stay a bit here. This is a propeller, 2-blade propeller, and I think right now comes a 3-blade propeller. Yes, from this angle it's actually quite strange. You kind of have to look on it from the front, but I'm never on that mode, so it might be fun to actually show off. So, and you can turn it off, but I don't know why. And at last you just have the solid colors, and this is what I was on a bit earlier. You can see everything is in here. Actually, cable management from here looks better, so just did a good job on that, I think. And well, that's it, guys. Still haven't typed in my password, so you won't see it. And I'll upload this as soon as possible. Actually, I think I should do it right now before I forget about it, so see you.